Hi, and welcome to the Jill Vin Show. I am Jill Vin, and this is the first episode in a short series that I'm calling What 100 Connections Taught Me. So, back in early February, I found myself sitting at my computer trying to figure out what am I going to do around my coaching business and how am I going to develop it. I had this realization that throughout the time that I was part of the nonprofit, my friend and colleague Chris and I, we spent so much time nurturing relationships. And we would meet with people without an agenda. Now, there was always a loose agenda. It meant we were connecting with someone that made sense for us to connect to as part of the organization. But when I say without an agenda, it's more about without an expected outcome. So we would meet with people. We'd say yes to conversations to explore, to see if there might be synergy, to see how we might be able to find mutual benefit. Now, as I'm in the process of growing my own coaching business, and it dawned on me that, wow, that was really fun, enjoyable, and meaningful. And it's what unlocked magic along the way. So I was meeting with a colleague of mine, and she said, what would it look like for you to take bold action? And I had this moment of realization, like this download that said, meet with people. And I just thought, really? Meet with people? That doesn't sound very bold. Meet with 100 people in 90 days. What? Okay, maybe that's a little more bold, but yet it doesn't seem like this is going to be the thing that's going to make my business come to life in the way that I've been imagining. And I did this very quick negotiation without the person in front of me, without her realizing it. But it was like, well, how about 75? No, it's 100. Okay, well, my birthday is around 96 days. What do you think? Can I stretch it to 96 days? Okay, that's possible. So I had this whole dialogue, and maybe this doesn't make sense to you, or if you've had these inner dialogues and what people sometimes call downloads, or it's your intuition, you just have to follow it. And so I did. And it has created so much life in me, so many more connections that are meaningful and opportunities that are just coming to light. And maybe they're going to lead to something today, or maybe it's going to be down the road, but it unlocks something within me. So what I did is I started meeting people. I made a list, and at first it was called 100 contacts on my spreadsheet. But quickly I realized this isn't about contacts. This is about connection. This is not transactional. This is meaningful and authentic connections. Because I was holding loosely to the challenge as much as I was to the outcomes of the conversations, I've been open to the magic of what is unfolding. So quickly I realized I can meet with a person more than once, and that can count as more than one connection. But every person that I count as part of my personal connection challenge are people where I've spoken about my coaching, my journey. There's been intrigue. There's been opportunities where I've offered impromptu coaching, and also to just really learn about others who are also living life as entrepreneurs, as business people, as humans who want and know that there's something better for them. There's something more for them that is waiting to be unlocked. It was never about gaining clients. It was never about like this pressure and this push. And even now, I have just a couple weeks left, and I'm not overly concerned. I'm not concerned at all, actually, about whether I'm going to meet my goal of 100. Because whether I meet it or not, it actually doesn't matter. It's what has happened in the process of showing up in a new way, in a way that's been very personal and intuitive and has solidified how much I love the woman I am today. The woman who gets to do this work, who gets to show up day after day in a creative way, in a supportive way. And that is what lights me up. I made it through my initial list of people. And from there, I've been stretched to meet new people, new acquaintances, new colleagues, and people who inspire me. And so it's been this journey that has really changed how I show up in my business and in my life. So what counts as a connection? This part is so important. So I didn't limit myself to coffee chats or Zoom calls. I might have been on a walk with someone where I didn't intend for it to turn into a connection, but naturally it evolved that way. This challenge wasn't rigid or transactional. It was about intention, authenticity, and mutual benefit. Some were a bit outside of the box, where I actually mailed a handwritten letter to a professional baseball player who I believe could benefit from my coaching support. Now that was a stretch. And because it was a stretch, whether I ever hear a response back or not, it helped me in so many ways. It helped me expand. It helped my nervous system and me personally know that, yeah, you have something to offer this world. And the energy that you put into the world matters. It was like anchoring into the woman I am. There are only a couple of those types that stretched me in that way where it wasn't a direct two-way conversation. All the rest have been part of me following my intuition. I've tracked. I've recorded. I've leaned in where I felt like there was someone across the table or the Zoom from me that I could hold space for. And through this, I believe that I've grown as a coach as well. It's elevated me and my skills in ways that I never expected. And so with all of these interactions, I've been paying attention to the energy behind it. Was I rooted? Was I grounded? Was I stretching? Was it aligned? These are all the things that are important as a businesswoman. And it's taught me through a fun way the importance of trusting my intuition, of creating systems, of meeting people exactly where they are, of letting go of outcomes and being open to the magic of the moment, to developing and supporting a growing network of people who I am honored to know and hopeful for the ways that I can connect them with others in my life. So this hasn't been a system. It started with an idea, but it's been a season of listening, of honoring and allowing. And in the upcoming episodes, I'm going to be sharing more about what I learned. You'll hear how this personal challenge has led to more clarity in my coaching, invitations to podcasts, unexpected market research, nervous system regulation, energetic and emotional breakthroughs for me and the people that I was connecting with, and moments of real joy and authentic relationship building. I'm also going to share what I'm planning next, because it has already grown into something more. If you're listening and thinking, maybe I need a season like this, know that it doesn't have to look like my 100 connections. It might be 3 a week. It might be one brave message. It might be a whisper to yourself that says it's time to stop hiding. Trust the knowing. Trust the intuition. Trust the messages you're getting, because that's what matters. So thanks for being here. And I look forward to connecting with you in the next episode. If this episode resonated with you, I invite you to reach out, to connect with me. You can connect with me on Instagram at Jill Vin or visit jillvin.com to learn more.